Okay, welcome everyone. Welcome back to Purpose Fridays. So glad to have you with us. Broadcasting live from South Florida. Uh, Glad to be with you. Had a really important life event this past week. Had the honeymoon this past week. Took a little cruise out around the Caribbean and Bahamas. That's probably why I'm just a little red. You guys are probably seeing me as like, oh my gosh, looks like a tomato. But so glad to be back on with you guys. Glad to be back online. I've been getting a little caught up here. One quick thing before we didn't start, we initially had kind of planned to swing up through Orlando. We got hung up on customs for several hours this morning, so we had to kind of detour and go through. Weren't able to get some of our top students on our mastermind on to join us, but we're going to be bringing them on Fridays. You're going to be seeing a lot of them on our Purpose Fridays very soon, probably starting as early as next week. So, guys, keep coming back. Hope you keep attending. You're going to love what our mastermind students are doing, and they're absolutely amazing. So, with no further ado, broadcasting live out of Florida, beautiful sunny state, let's bring on the one, the only, Sherry Watson.
Hey, you guys! So happy to have everyone together on Purpose Fridays. We call it our happy hour with a purpose. Amazing to have this time to share together, just like happy hour. But now we're doing it purpose driven and sharing all kinds of things that are happening in the world of the power of purpose and in the world of our students around the country that are making impact around the world. Derek, it's been in every week, an amazing week. Get a note from a student. Okay, we just got someone that donated 10 properties in Hawaii, or I just got tax exempt, or here's a funding opportunity for us through the Hospice Foundation, or it's just been an amazing week with a lot of clarity. You guys, as you're building your nonprofit, thinking about that first program, that what are you going to go out into the world? I know we're visionaries and we've got big visions, and we're going to do a national nonprofit that's going to replicate youth entrepreneurial centers all over the country. But how do we get started? And that's what this week has been a lot about. Our students that have been with us, we've got their nonprofit set up. We've got their board of directors built. We've got their program summary with their logo. So now they're branded and they're going out and they're connecting with folks. Some of the things I've heard in this last week, one of our mentoring students said, I did have that fear and those myths in my head that, oh, nonprofits are hard. Nonprofits take a long time. Nonprofits are hard to get funded. Well, within 2 weeks, we had everything set up, she said. But what really ignited me and lit my fire that this is going to happen is I was at lunch with some women and I was sharing the program summary, everything we've gone with them step by step in mentoring. Guys, if you haven't seen it, go to nonprofitwebclass.com because we go over the 6 steps. And to start with step 1, building a solid corporation that is not a big sell charity, that you want to make a lot of profit on, that you want to pay yourself a salary and everyone around you so that you can go make the impact that you have in your vision, that you've been thinking about for 10 years. And so as she sat with this group and started sharing her program summary with her logo and her vision and where she's going, she said, not only were they all going, well, how can we be involved? How can we be involved? One lady stepped forward and said, I'd like to support you financially. I contribute every year to nonprofits. I want my money to go to someone that I'm involved with and know. So that's how it's happening, Derek.
It's really amazing. It's just so amazing, and we literally are having, especially students in our mastermind. You guys, they're continually shattering records. They have POP record holders as far as time set up, time getting their 501c3 designation, their tax status, getting funded. Truly remarkable. And yes, just another snapshot. Even on the cruise. we were, there's so much happening, even on this honeymoon cruise. Had the unlimited wireless plan. Those of you that are on, if we have some communications with real estate, wheeling and dealing, keeping things moving there. A lot of leads, a lot of properties. Some of you have been hearing about the fund that we put together. I've been making a lot of trips to New York City, a lot of back and forth on raising capital from some of these capital investment firms that are New York City based. A lot of movement there, a lot happening. Just a couple on that, and how we're going to get all of our people, especially in our mastermind, get them plugged in with this part of it, because now we can generate real estate leads. Guess what? We have an arm essentially on an acquisition side that can just buy those properties up quick or bring in capital to improve the value, right? Very quickly, so we can sell them for a higher amount, generate more funding. Just so much happening. It's amazing. You see Sherry, their mom, talking radio shows, right? I saw she's now quickly becoming a radio personality. She's the one that, so we do these screen shares. She's the one that's got the face for the TV and the screen share. I should be the one on radio. I have the face for radio, right? So, yeah, and just a little bit different. Just guys, give you a little heads up. We talked about in our pregame. Starting next Friday, you guys, you're going to start meeting our mastermind students. We're going to start bringing them on beginning next Friday to interview them about their nonprofits, what they're doing, a lot of strategies that we're instilling in them that they're utilizing and how it's working for them, right? How we're really on a diversified funding plan with the Purpose team. We're looking at all different facets to bring in revenues, whether it be real estate, whether it's online, whether it's connecting to funders, and really seeing how this is all starting to really, build into something very, very special. And I'm glad you guys just continue to check in with us on Friday so we can share so much. And again, you guys take advantage here throughout the, I see a lot of our mastermind students. Hey guys, got to be back online with you. It's been a crazy week, actually a crazy couple of weeks with the wedding and honeymoon and all the moving pieces that are going along with coinciding with that. But also on, if you see in your control panel right there, if you have some comments you want to throw out, shoot those over on the chat. There's some Q&A along the way. We'll be discussing. We're going to bring up topics of discussion. So feel free to utilize that while you have us for Purpose Happy Hour. And it doesn't get much better for happy hour than this, to get, right off of a cruise ship, right back on land, and to be joining you guys once again to share all the amazing things that are happening.
And Derek, a lot of new folks have joined us, you guys. So I'm going to back us up a little bit, since it's a lot of new folks, and talk to you about the Power of Purpose and why we came forward with the Power of Purpose. The Power of Purpose mission is to launch and empower at least 10,000 nonprofits for a more loving and connected world, to fix broken systems, to give people a hand up, not a handout, to really bring common sense business solutions back with Medicare, with Medicaid, with all the different systems we have. And so 30-some years ago, those of you, I see a lot of you I don't know, 30-some years ago, I learned my purpose. And it was something that seemed so tragic. I went through a head injury. I was in a coma. It wasn't like TV where you wake up, start talking. I had to relearn everything we take for granted. Swallowing. What a different gift I had in life, knowing what we take for granted. And I found my purpose through that. Instead of lay there and say, why me, poor me, because I was newly married, had 2 baby boys, I was a musician, I had a blues band, I had a music academy, and now I have no identity. I'd lost control of my life. I'm not a musician, a mom, a wife. I'm a patient. I'm a victim, right? And so taking my journey, just like every one of you, your life journey, finding purpose, and go out and helping others and making an impact because of what I've been through. And starting that first nonprofit that the hospital helped me start because we were doing visitations in intensive care. They saw the difference it was making in the families' lives and then the people that were laying in comas. And from there, more and more people were being saved. Another group here, another group there. Then we set up a state foundation. By the time we were done, we led a movement for people with disabilities. We led it. We didn't have them come in and fix it for us. You know, I hear so many people right now sitting back and whining and sniveling and complaining about the government. We're the government. We, the people, we need to be sitting at the table with the leaders, bringing our solutions forward. That's what we did. And so through that, with a group of us with no voice, no power, no money, but we had purpose. It was about free our people. It was about changing a system that warehouses. We were in institutions or nursing homes at 10 times the cost of us being part of the American dream. That didn't make sense. So we came together and we built that one nonprofit, two nonprofits, 800 nonprofits later, we built a movement. That's what the Power of Purpose is doing, bringing together people from around the world that can bring change, that are ready to step up and take action. The nonprofit corporation is an amazing business entity where you can build a profitable business, build systems, and bring incredible impact to the world. So that's what we're talking about. So if you want to learn more about the nonprofit, get that noise out of your head, that it's hard, complicated, can't make money. 35 years. I built my career. I built my whole life. I brought my family, lived a life of abundance through the nonprofit corporation. So now with the Power of Purpose and with all of you guys, what Derek is talking about is once you build that nonprofit corporation, you got to have funding, right? The more money we make, the more impact we make. The more we take care of us, the more we help others. And so bringing the financial resources, the number one way we're generating revenue, bringing money into nonprofits is through real estate. That's what Derek's talking about, the donation of real estate. I see so many of you that don't know our journey, our history, our what we're talking about, the fund and all these. So 10 years ago, we launched a business to help entrepreneurs, business leaders, all of you, farmers' wives, stay-at-home moms, understand and learn the power of the nonprofit. And then we talk about diversified funding. So when you go to nonprofit web class, we're going to show you our 6 steps that we've used for 37 years. My colleagues, partners in crime, friends, we've all been on this journey. The nonprofits are the social consciousness of this country. And so, Derek, just giving them the backstory on that. And our vision for the Power of Purpose was to start building those nonprofits and then start leading movements, bringing together those serving veterans, bringing together those working with youth, bringing together and sharing what's working in Kentucky, what worked in New Mexico. Hey, this will work up here. Hey, this happened over here. And from that, you guys, what Derek's talking about now is we then launched a mastermind. So we've got folks doing nonprofits all over the country, making amazing change, impact, bringing economic impact to our country in a positive way. Instead of it spend $600 million on a VA long-term care home in Orlando, where we're warehousing kids outside out of mind once they come back disabled. Let's redirect some of that money, and we're setting up supports in the community, the employment center, the entrepreneurial center. And we're funding that through charitable giving of real estate. So now it's time to build those movements. So we pulled together a mastermind, the top students that are making impact. And we all met in Albuquerque a few weeks ago. And the group, 25 strong, it was amazing. Can you imagine a room full of people with purpose, people with passion, people that believe, people that have faith? A friend of ours who's a a world acclaimed filmmaker came and filmed it, documented it, and said 30 some years, he's never felt that kind of energy and power. And he films masterminds and legislative bodies, and he does all kinds of things for 35 years. So bringing everyone together, and the name they chose, the Purpose Pioneers. So we have some Purpose Pioneers on here. That's what Derek's talking about, bringing Pete on. Now we want to take it the next level where you can hear one-on-one with our students. And I just want to give it, we've got Brenda, we've got Marianne, we've got Ken Shaw, Ken, Christy. You guys, these are our Purpose Pioneers now that have come together. And Pete, I love seeing all of you guys on here. Fast forward now with the happy hour, bringing everyone together. We were in Albuquerque. We're gonna change the world in so many ways, and it's because folks like you, every one of you right now with us, that are stepping up and saying, it's time. It's time. No more of this waiting 10 years, having this vision. So Derek, to me, the happy hour is about sharing and bringing our Purpose Pioneers on, letting you hear from them. Ken, I loved it when last Friday we were doing happy hour with the Purpose, and someone said, well, I've heard nonprofits are complicated and take a long time, and we explained, within a week or two, you can be an official nonprofit corporation. And Ken, right away, put in the chat, yep, it really is that easy. So we want you to hear from now students that are walking the walk every day. They're making things happen. Marianne, doing a project in Chicago for folks that are homeless, having someone that's been homeless on her board. That's powerful. That's important. That's critical. The people you're serving help lead. None of this do it for them. None of this create a welfare thing. This is about lifting up and empowering. Christy, what you're bringing into the world. And you guys, the power of the mastermind. Christy sends an email to us all going, what about donating yachts? How's that work? So together as a team, when Derek says, we push you and you push us. So now this mastermind, this powerful group, all coming together and go, okay, I've got yachts. Now I talked to Steve yesterday, who's one of our Purpose Pioneers, and he's been out connecting, and he already has amazing things happening. And then Cindy, them having the 9 or 10 houses in Hawaii. We're all sharing that with each other during our mastermind webinar, and then meeting one-on-one with them. Derek, I've not felt this kind of momentum since early days of my head injury, when friends who were atheists sat around after a few months and said, there's too many things to be happening that are coincidence anymore. There's something going on here. It's that same kind of momentum, the call today on the fund. So you guys, just to wrap up my part, just to share some back with you so that we can continue our happy hours. Now bring forward the mastermind, the Purpose Pioneers. Together we're building this amazing system that Derek takes to New York and is the voice and is the brains, and has put together this system with the investors looking at going, wow, this is bigger than Airbnb, this is bigger than Uber. I've said that before. What we're bringing with every one of you together is going to transform this country and this world. There's no doubt. And so now it's the systems. It's the call center. It's once you get the letters out and start mailing them, to now have that call center. And then Derek and his team to have the facilitation and the team. And then to have the fund, and that's what Derek's talking about, the fund that can actually purchase the property so we can get cash to the nonprofit faster and at a better rate. So, woo! Derek took a little bit of time, but I want to catch you guys up on what is going on in our lives in the Purpose Pioneers' lives and the kind of impact. So join us, you guys. Go to a nonprofit web class and then come in every Friday. And next week we'll be bringing in Marianne and Christy and Pete and Brenda, all the folks that can, the folks that are with us. And you guys will be able to ask them questions. You'll be able to watch them, have them walk the walk and see how easy it is, how empowering it is, how exciting it is. It's a whole different way to do business than what's been done before.
Absolutely right. And you said, just a brief little catch up, a recap of what all is happening right now. If we went through everything, you guys, this wouldn't be the Purpose Happy Hour. This would be the Purpose Happy Week. It would take us a long time so you guys all know what's happening. But yeah, I've seen we got a couple, one of our mastermind students just chiming in. Ken Shaw, how are you, Ken? Talking about it literally took him an hour, but he cheated because he lives right near the Secretary of State's office. But just to give you an idea, guys, on how quickly it is and how streamlined it is, and this system, this proven system that we have again and again about getting a nonprofit set up in a very expedited manner and getting off the ground and running, you guys. We have Christy, I've just heard about that again, about with the yachts, and it gets into some real estate. We're talking with some real estate donors, kind of some back and forth and working on that. And yeah, you guys, it's absolutely amazing. I think that's one of the, we talk about our real estate system, but an amazing, really, I can't even say indirect benefit, but just an added benefit is, when we're mailing on the real estate side of it, but guess what we're doing really in a general sense? We're marketing our nonprofit, right? So the real estate, that's great. That's a trend. We get real estate donations coming in left and right. That's happening, but there's as much, if not more, happening by connecting with people that perhaps maybe it's real estate and also something else, or perhaps that's not a fit, but they have a way to support you monetarily or to get you connected with people or donate, in this case, potentially yachts or boats, cars, right? Household items, you name it, sending in checks. It's really amazing about this part of it on really, we talk about, and you hear this over and over again, but you can't hammer the point home enough, right? Connect, 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 right? Those of you that are new, you write that down. That's a Sherry Watson quotable right there. Connect, connect, connect.
Insider secret.
But we're getting mailing campaigns out there, right? That's what we're doing, right? We're connecting with people. And what I love so much about the real estate system and the way it's been really brought to me, I didn't really realize it until about maybe a year and a half ago, or so, about a year and a half ago, was that these larger nonprofits, right? If you've ever seen like capital campaigns, they just kind of blitz an entire area, like a part of a city or a neighborhood, or maybe even the whole city, with a lot of their campaigns about supporting the organization, right? They're kind of looking for a visibility index to boost the visibility of the nonprofit. But with our system, really thinking about on that front of it, is that we're targeting people that have real estate that has a very substantial amount of equity, or it's even free and clear, right? So the people that we are targeting with our mailing campaigns do have some higher level of affluence than perhaps others that are just kind of a shotgun approach, right? It's very targeted. And that's a really great topic to discuss about, people that are using the campaign, but they're getting so much more. They're getting, monthly continuous support. They're getting checks mailed in. They're getting just donations and goods, to the point where our students are opening stores, like nonprofit-based stores that resell goods and items, because 5-6 times a week they're getting donation drops off of appliances and housewares and clothing and you name it, right? Or it's those that are now every few days at their office, their mailbox, they're getting cash, they're getting checks, they're getting, it's really amazing. But again, it boils down to, you guys, a very big insider secret from probably going back 30 years plus. Same thing is just connect, connect, connect. It's just a way of reaching out to people, talking about what you're doing, and just a way to galvanize support. There's so many people in your community that they want to do something, they want to contribute, don't know where to go. They're looking for you right now. They just haven't found you yet. But when you start connecting with them, guess what? It'll galvanize support. You'll be like a lightning rod, and they'll just gravitate right towards you and help support you in so many different ways. It's just about connecting, you guys.
And something on that, you guys, for those of you that are new with this, some of the things I've heard this last week with our Purpose Pioneers, being on the call, on the Zoom, on webinars with them, is, wow, I keep saying, step up, take action. We live in the greatest country in the world. People want to make a difference. People don't know how. With the hostility, with both sides, with all everything that's going on, and people are like, they know they need to make a difference. They know they need to bring love back. They know, but how? And I keep saying, it's you guys. They're going to step up and take action. People are going to gravitate. People want to be a part of something bigger than them that makes a difference. You're taking that step, and people are going to surround you. And that's what I've heard this week, Derek, is wow, when they came back from Albuquerque and we're all on fire, and now we've got our nonprofit corporation, we've got that information to give to people. People are lining up in people's lives. And some of the tips for some of you new folks, this was brought up yesterday with Christina. One of the things that she learned that she changed was she broadened her mission statement. When she first came, her focus was to provide leadership training, personal development training to teachers, because that's her world. But now she doesn't want to just focus on that, because what if she can teach, and this came from the mastermind, sitting in Albuquerque with all the purpose pioneers. What about her nonprofit going in and working with Christy's nonprofit and teaching artists and that in leadership skills? What about her going into Marianne's and working with folks and changing that mindset and empowering them? And so it's not just teachers. So yesterday, when we looked at her articles of incorporation, she broadened that mission. So her nonprofit is allowed to grow bigger than she's ever envisioned. So there's a hint for you, as you know how it is with happy hour. You know, you share, where's a good restaurant? We had fun here. Oh, they got good music. Ooh, those shoes are cool. Where'd you get those shoes? Now that we have happy hour with a purpose, we're going to share some fun things that'll help you along the way and broadening the mission statement. That was so awesome, Derek, to see her now thinking big. And we say, don't think outside the box. There's not even a box. And so another group I was meeting with on Monday of our mentoring students, they now have the nonprofit set up. They've got a board. All three board members were on the call, and they're doing a youth entrepreneurial program. In Louisiana, one of the #1 counties in the country for gang activity, opioids, parents in prison. The statistics are very sad. But thinking about, let's put some clarity and focus around a program. What about one of the board members is a hospice nurse? And we talked about, what about all these kids now that I'm facing it with our grandkids and kids? My mom, we just moved into hospice. And as I'm sharing with my grandson, and that I'm going to go be with her because she's getting ready to go be in heaven. And he said, oh, she's dying? I mean, kids are so wise, and and he said, yeah, we suppress it with kids. We suppress it. We take care of the immediate family and the one in hospice. But what about all the kids? And they're acting out, and they're lost, and they hurt. And he's like, what about starting a peer support group where kids who are facing their grandma laying there with a feeding tube and tracheotomy, and they can help other kids that are going through it? And it's like, wow. So again, being able to just not do an at-risk program, do an after-school program where you make them sit down, and how are we going to bring those kids in where they now have a purpose and they're now sharing and making an impact with other kids? So it's been such a fun week, Derek, to even figure and drill down a program and a focus and the funding that'll come with that to launch it. Working with another group in South Carolina, she's a teacher, loved Jackie, and their school is a mile from the prison. So we start talking about how many of her kids have parents who are in prison and how many of the at-risk classes, when you start looking at the statistics. And so setting up a peer program, an entrepreneurial program for the youth, that for kids whose parents are in prison, to break that cycle. So it's been so much fun, Derek. I love to spend this time, Purpose Friday, you guys thinking about creative, entrepreneurial business, common sense solutions. Let's bring it forward. We have an administration, whether you like them or not, that's not what it's about. They're business leaders. To bring business solutions, like I did with Medicaid, where we don't have to lay in a nursing home and spend $400,000 a year to warehouses. We can live in the community and hire an attendant and be part of the American dream. That's going on with every one of our students in the areas they're working in. And it's so fun to think about creative, fun projects that will lift this country up and our future leaders.
Yeah, okay, so another quotable, while we're on the topic for all new people, what is that famous tagline of yours once again about fun?
If it's not fun, we're not doing it. This is happy hour. Come on.
Yeah, you can tell, guys, we have a lot of fun. We enjoy a lot of fun with all of you, our students, and it really is, because it's a lot of fun building something like this, and extremely meaningful. It makes an impact, and it's fun along the way. It's challenging, like all things are, but at the same time, you know what? It is fun. Absolutely.
And Duncan, this is exactly what we envision is moving forward with Purpose Fridays. Thank you for sharing your friend's nonprofit called Saving the Next Generation. That's what this is about today. Every Friday, let's lift each other up. You guys look up Saving the Next Generation. Duncan, connect with us. Be a future panelist on Purpose Friday. That's what we want to do, is share what people are doing and the greatness. And for our Purpose Pioneers, is they're putting together a fundraiser that Derek showed them on Facebook, and we'll be bringing them in to bring their visibility up, to bring their heightened awareness up of them, so that everybody is a part of making this happen. So thanks, Duncan. We'll look up Saving the Next Generation.
I love that name, by the way, too. You know, it's a great, another great pro tip, you guys, with the name of your nonprofit being clear, being concise, and really kind of encapsulating, right, the mission, saving the next generation. So awesome, Duncan. I love the name of that nonprofit. Okay, so you guys, so a quick recap too. Once again, the last couple of Fridays, we've just gotten together with you just to kind of reintroduce, reimmerse Purpose Fridays, a chance for us to reconnect with you. We've been, as you say, extraordinarily busy last year, really building a lot, and now time to really bring that out to you, and also begin getting our mastermind students out there in a big way, utilizing this platform, which also connects to our social media, telling their story as well, because their story is our story is their story, right? We're a movement. So beginning next Friday, again, we're going to be talking about bringing on a lot of our top students from around the country, hearing what they're doing, their strategies, the amazing things that they are doing. They're taking our system and taking it to these incredible heights. Love to share that with you guys, and also get their organization out there in a big way. And just a couple catch up to you guys. Who wants to hear more about some free resources we have for you guys, just real quick? Anybody interested in kind of getting some content? We talk about in our emails to you guys, right? Content. And boy, do we have a lot of great content, you guys. So let's check this out real quick. And I'm going to show you a few sites that we want you to check out. We had a great training. Mom and I here had an amazing training on just the last week. We talked about, if you heard us talk about our real estate system, right? Truly remarkable, on really about that tool Okay, we want you to check out this extra added training for you guys to really kind of get an idea on what the tool that really we talk about Purpose Pioneers. This tool that we built and has now been deployed for a little over a year and a half, it's remarkable. So we want you guys to get a really good training on this and what it's about. So go check out thepowerpurpose.com. realestatedonationwebclass.com/replay, or more easily, go to thepowerpurpose.com. I know it's on the address bar, but if you go to thepowerpurpose.com, like I'm typing up here, all right, /replay, just so you guys can see it. Actually, go back here. Okay, you guys can get a really good shot. Either go to realestatedonationwebclass.com/replay and check out the training that we did. We actually did a live demo in live time of our system. And it's amazing. We have a lot of, you guys can see a lot of case studies on results that we've been getting, okay, on with our students and actually showing them property. So here it is. It looks like, you know, from this system, right? A name, a property address, but then actually showing you what these donations look like. We have pictures of these properties being donated, how they're utilized, how it's generating money for these nonprofit corporations, and on and on and on. It's just amazing. Also for you guys, you hear us talking about our mastermind quite a bit, right? So check out nonprofitwebclass.com. I mentioned, again, if you guys want to learn a little more about a free web class we have about nonprofit, check out nonprofitwebclass.com. But if you add mastermind to that /mastermind, hear more about our mastermind and all of our amazing students and what they're doing. And we have almost 4 hours of a great training for you there. More about that. So go here first. We got about 90 minutes of content for you about our system, the Power of Free Real Estate. Okay. And then follow that up with Real Estate Revenue Part 1 and Part 2, almost 4 hours of content there about our real estate system as a whole, the tool being a piece of it, but our system as a whole right there. So you guys, that's like 5.5 hours of some content you guys can check out right now. You're just talking about our mastermind. You're just talking about the Power of Free Real Estate, our real estate systems. Check those out right there.
Hey, and while you look, I want to do a shout out to Rose. Rose is another one of our Purpose Pioneers. She has a can-do spirit. Rose, I know you wrote in last week about Tim, so just want to give you a shout out, let you know, our thoughts and prayers, and we're going to be connecting soon. But man, Rose and Tim were a big part of the energy moving it forward. And we had fun together. She brought her son and grandson, and they played with our granddaughter and swam in the pool. And I mean, we really are coming together as family, as friends, as compadres, coming together and doing this together. So you're going to hear us talk a lot on the personal level, family, what we did in Albuquerque, and how kids swam in the pool, and so Rose, I can't wait to connect with you, but wanted to give you, I saw you just joined us too.
Oh, Rose and Tim, so glad to have you guys. Truly amazing. Very, very special group within our mastermind. And yeah, and just to show you about fun, I think we have a lot of fun right here, but I think the grandkids have a lot more fun than anybody else, especially boy, they were just living it up at the mastermind. That was really great. Okay, I saw Lisa. Hi, Lisa. How are you? How can I reach you after this webinar? Well, you guys, it goes for everyone. You can reach us by email at info@thepowerpurpose.com. You can also give us a call at our office. Okay, the number is 505-217-9333. That's 505-217-9333. We'll throw that up on the chat for you guys real quick if you guys wanted to reach on that front. And also some of those links towards the end. Hang with us here just a few more minutes before we wrap up. We'll kind of send you guys just a couple links and some shots of things you can check out on our content, especially on the real estate side of things, and also how to get in touch with us. Learn more about our mastermind, what our amazing top students in the country are doing. In addition to that, guys, we're really getting out bigger way with this new technology that we've really implemented on the screen sharing service. So we want to get you guys to connect with us. It's probably kind of weird, right, to see in live time, but look, I'm looking at myself, looking at myself, looking at myself, which is really bizarre. But follow us on Facebook at The Power of Purpose, okay? And you guys can get access. We live stream these videos among others. We post a lot of other information there, some great resources, content. So follow us there, and go over to the Power of Purpose YouTube channel, okay? A lot of these videos we're also uploading there, streaming there for you guys too. We're really going to get, and this is also for what we do for our mastermind students, is we are taking them. Also, when you see when we start interviewing them and bringing them on to connect with you guys out there, we're also going to be hitting that up with YouTube and Facebook, and really get out big on the internet sphere here, to really get their message out, to get their nonprofit some visibility within our big network too, especially on the social media side. So you see how we really, again, we're a big family here, right? We work together. So while we're talking about some great strategy, and we have a great audience, and you guys are amazing that join us on these Purpose Fridays, but now also our mastermind students can go out there and start getting information out there about the organization through video and live stream on both, online platform as well as social media channels. So very, very cool stuff. So yeah, one more time, guys, real quick. It's kind of weird here. But the Power of Purpose on Facebook, really growing now, you guys. We're over 20,000 in a very short time there, and YouTube channel, I have a lot more videos going up there, so you can follow. So if you don't catch us here, we stream these, so these videos are archived, so you can always go, even if you miss, we'd love to have you live, right? Because we can do some interaction, do some chat, do some Q&A, do some fun stuff. But if you miss us, just go to our Facebook, and they're archived right there for you. And we're also going to be housing them on the YouTube channel, so you can find us there as well and watch these videos, plus a lot more other great stuff. Okay. All right, and we have those links up. Let me get those guys to you guys real quick. So just on the the Power of Real Estate System, last week we did a live training with demo. Okay. I'm putting that link in there for you guys on the chat right now.
Oh, good, because I'm putting it on. So you're putting it on?
I got it.
Okay. I've got the nonprofit web class. Cool.
Okay, and then you guys check out more about real estate revenue, and more about our incredible mastermind and all of our amazing students right here. All right, so check your chat. Send those links over for you, as well as some contact information there.
And you guys, we're not going to tell you who our special guest is next week, but stay tuned. It's like the 10 o'clock news. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah. So story at 10, coming up at 11. We're going to be, we're going to be leaving you some very serious teasers. So yeah, I hope you guys will be joining. And you guys should. This is so much fun. You see, especially when we get our students and we're bringing them virtually live from all over the country. And you see, we'll be talking about some great information-based strategies, but you also see how much we like to just kind of goof around and laugh. And a lot of them, we've hung out, they've flown out. We've met up with them in San Diego and Iowa and Kentucky and the East Coast. So we're a big family. So we like to have a little fun. So we'll try and give you guys some great information, good interviews with them too. But we'll also probably be doing a lot of joking around, because we have a lot of fun around here too.
There's a question, Derek. Is the laboratory moving to Tuesday?
Yes, we have a new schedule to announce for you guys both. Mastermind, you guys that are on with us, nice to have you on. I went through a little run through. Everybody's on. It's always great to see you guys. And I just real quick side note. This shows you again, you guys, about our, in our mastermind, is just even connecting here on Purpose Fridays. They're just continually here to engage, to interact, just to hang out and say hello, to get great information. It just really shows you guys about that mindset, about always willing to go through on that. So just a couple of things on recap. Just starting from the beginning, like we announced from earlier, Pete, hi, I see you. Some others, Jim. People are supposed to meet in Central Florida for this very meeting. We wanted to broadcast you guys on today. Unfortunately, we got hung up at customs for several hours this morning, so it kind of threw off our schedule. So we're going through a round, but we'll get you on. We'll get you on real soon. Get you back on and get you live in front of a large audience here, with an amazing nonprofit that Pete's building, as well as Jim, some of our other people in Florida. Truly remarkable. We have a new schedule change coming up with Mastermind. You guys, we have we're doing a Mastermind Mondays. So those of you in the Mastermind, we'll be doing Mastermind Mondays. We've got a new date, new time, as voted on by you guys. So amazing. Yes, and those of you that are also join on from the Mastermind to Nonprofit University, if you're just a Nonprofit University student, we're moving that to Tuesdays, because we are now introducing on Thursdays Study Hall, right? So you guys see us here. We've got some great stuff. If you ever get a chance to check it out, if you already have access to it, great, but go to the powerpurposecampus.com. This is really our premier site, you guys, that we built from scratch. That's just highly sophisticated. Same thing, technology, separate basis, where we have our New Purpose in a Profits course, as well as Nonprofit University here, but we have it integrated with a series of online exams that actually, run themselves. You go through module by module through the course, and you can't progress through until you pass that test. But we have the Power Purpose campus, right? Within the campus, we have our library. It's got all of our archived templates, checklists, forms, you name it, right? We have our laboratory that we're moving to Tuesdays, and then Thursdays is a follow-up called Study Hall, okay? I promise you, it's not like, it's not like detention hall. Please show up to Study Hall. It's more of a follow-up to like a Q&A about what we cover on Tuesdays, because Tuesdays now we're going to go much more heavier on content, much more compartmentalization on modules. And beginning on Thursdays, we're going to go into Study Hall. It's just a quick Q&A. Hey, how's everything going? So we'll start with, do you have any questions about what we covered on Tuesday on the content? Okay. And then more opening up for general Q&A beyond that. So it's a quick check-in to follow up from our laboratory. Okay. And then, of course, we'll meet back here on Fridays for our Purpose Happy Hour, some fun stuff. And, of course, you guys, starting next Friday, get to meet a lot of our people in our mastermind. So really excited, looking forward next Friday. Try to get you guys on to kick it off today while we were in Florida with our Florida people. We just we got hung up, didn't really anticipate that, couldn't quite make it, but it's okay. We're gonna get you guys on pretty quick and just broadcast you out to the world. And those of you that are out there that are brand new, just learning more about us, you're gonna see some truly amazing people that are from all walks of life, from all geographic areas, doing amazing things with a nonprofit corporation.
And Derek, that takes us right into, and I don't know if you can hear me. I can't see me on the screen or the voice thing, so I don't know. Can you hear me?
I'll hear you just fine.
Okay. And am I on the video?
Yep, we got you.
My little picture thing's gone. But you guys, me and technology, they know. But we got a great question. Is what's the difference between an LLC and a nonprofit corporation? And you can make money owning the LLC as opposed to the nonprofit corporation. I love this.
Great question.
The difference between the LLC and a nonprofit corporation. So if it's any for-profit entity, LLC, C Corp, S Corp, legally, they say the main difference is the way profits are distributed. So you want to make profit in your nonprofit. And Barbara, we always say we do not teach bake sale charities. We do not teach volunteer groups to lead. A nonprofit is a solid business entity. The difference that the profits that are made in your for-profit, they go to shareholders or investors or owners, right? They distribute it. The nonprofit, the profits, and believe me, I made tons of profits. I had an investment portfolio in my last nonprofit. I had millions of dollars in it because it stays internal in your nonprofit. And you and your board decide where that profit goes. Are you going to set up an employment program? Are you now doing a transportation program? you grow with the needs of the people. So now we need affordable housing. Oh, now we need to set up a loan program and become a bank so that we can give out loans to people that banks won't even look at, right? And so the difference is the way you distribute profits one way. And in the nonprofit, you can make a lot of money, and you should. I used to be a grant reviewer for many, many years in Washington, D.C., at federal level. And we gravitate. The first thing we did when we got a proposal from you and your nonprofit, from Research Institute of Chicago, whoever it was, you'd have stacks of proposals, we would look at the budget. Because as business leaders, we know if you say you're going to reduce recidivism rates in the corrections department, you're going to bring kids into entrepreneurial programs versus having to be in juvenile justice. But we're not going to ask for any money. We're going to change the world. We're going, no way, you can't lead a business that way. You've got to have the staff. How are you going to go out and make that kind of change, make that kind of impact? How are you going to have classes? How are you going to bring wellness and healing to veterans when you don't have a team within your nonprofit to go out and make that happen? So yes, there is money in the nonprofit corporation. One of the things we do with the mentoring students, Purpose Pioneers, we build budgets. Christy, I know you and Ed spent hours working on the business plan, looking at the revenue that can be brought in, and then building that budget. You, Barbara, as executive director, program manager, administrative assistant, accounting, legal, rent, utilities, all the things it takes to run a for-profit business is no different in a nonprofit business. The beauty, the big difference, is there's so many more ways of bringing funding in for your nonprofit than a for-profit. A for-profit, you either bring investors in, use your savings, you do whatever it takes. A nonprofit, oh my gosh, one of our modules in nonprofit web class, we talk about diversified funding. There's fee for service, there's grants, there's charitable giving of real estate. There's so many ways to access funding. That's why Inc. magazine brought us in to do a training, a year-long training for entrepreneurs on the power of the nonprofit. That's why one of their magazines, the cover says, start a company, change the world, start a nonprofit corporation. So you look, this country is rooted in nonprofit corporations, hospitals, universities, Sesame Street, Kansas City Royals. They all are nonprofits. Does the university make money? If you have kids going to college, you know there's a fee for that, right?
Good one. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, so it's just that we as business leaders, as you are, all of you with us right now, have not been showed the power of the nonprofit. Even in entrepreneurial schools with the big Ivy League colleges, you learn about LSE, C Corp, S Corp. Just now starting to be so much focus. You have colleges now that have nonprofit management degrees. We have Silicon Valley entrepreneurs that are now setting up their business in nonprofits. We have bankers, we have lawyers, we have folks coming to us, doctors. They've been in the nonprofit, they work for a hospital. They're now setting up their own nonprofit to bring healing and wellness through their nonprofit. So Barbara, thank you for opening that up because there's so many powerful benefits. The difference is the way you distribute profits. You want to lead your nonprofit as a business. You want to make profit. When you can take what we did, the Medicaid budget, that's the biggest budget in every state. It's the biggest drainer in every state. It has deficits all over this country. That's what's going on with the healthcare budgets right now, the new healthcare legislation. Everything's looking at what are we doing with Medicaid? Well, Medicaid's a broken system. Pharmaceuticals, nursing home corporation, it was a system that was built in the 50s, and we'll pay tens of thousands of dollars. Some of our friends have been in a nursing home about $400,000 a year. Our tax dollars, that's our money, is going to put them out of sight, out of mind, and to warehouse them. Now Bradley, he's moved home. His mom's his attendant. She gets paid and had been living on welfare. So we created a job. We took that money, $400,000 a year, and $14,000 a year we're paying, and we created a job. He's not going to the hospital every month because of bed sores. So you look at how deep the economics are. We changed the economic landscape, and that's what every one of you can do with youth that we're seeing so lost. 70% of the kids in the at-risk program are on Ritalin. We're zombieing them out. We're drugging them out. Veterans, 22 suicides a day that we know of. That's criminal. That's criminal. If that was happening in the disability world and we had folks in nursing homes committing suicide, I guarantee we'd be handcuffed to every governor's office, every VA office. No, we're the soldiers in the army of compassion. So the nonprofit, Barbara, you opened this up. The nonprofit corporation is the one that can bring a solution where we can get our lives back. We can leave a great future for our kids and grandkids, bringing solutions. So Derek, amazing. And even Derek, when one of our mentoring students filed last week after the mastermind that filed for a nonprofit, she goes, oh my gosh, $30? I just paid $800 for the LLC, and I have to pay $800 every year. And I paid $30 for a corporation that will bring a lot more money in, make more impact, and it's a one-time fee. Barbara, there's benefits that you can't even imagine in the nonprofit corporation. And it's fun. It's the most fulfilling social significance that you'll ever receive. You're for-profit, you want to get that bigger house and that fancier car and, you know, that social status. When you're out there and working in the Capitol, meeting with the legislators and bringing solutions forward, and then it's announced that New Mexico is the #1 nation, the first in the country that had a positive Medicaid budget, because a few folks with disabilities had no power, no voice, no money, but we had purpose. We didn't have the answers, but we knew what was happening wasn't working. And together, we came with something that truly changed the paradigm of the way this country does long-term care. Every one of you right now could be stepping up and leading with that kind of solution. It's so fun, Derek. The journey has been amazing.
Well, it's hard to top the closing of Purpose Happy Hour than that, you guys, on a higher note than that. That's pretty good stuff, right? That's why you'll see Mom here on so many stages, and now the radio, right? Just because of that, because we always taught her too, and she's just so good on the cuff, right? I'm just sitting back here like, wow, this is great. You know, I'm just kind of hanging out and just getting zoned into what she's talking about here, you guys, because it's such a great, and it's so good to be able to connect with you and share this with you, because it's so incredibly important and amazing to share. Not just everything that's going on, but just the knowledge, even everything that we do on our team. Everybody on our team, we've learned from the best, and that happens to be, in this case, you know, our own mom. It's amazing, right? And to be able to instill that in others across the country, that system for decades and decades, and just to see it in action every single time, you guys, it's just literally a deployment of the same system, connecting and then working with our team on a lot of strategies. It just repeats itself over and over again with our success. It's just truly remarkable. So that'll bring our Purpose Happy Hour to a close. Mastermind students, thank you guys again, once again. Sorry, you guys, we were really trying to make it with the honeymoon and try and couple it with bringing some of our people that are on the East Coast here in Florida on, but just can't really control getting back into the country, right? But starting next Friday, and we'll close here, we have our most amazing top mastermind students around the country. Starting next, now we've immersed you guys in a couple of Purpose Fridays to be joining us to share the amazing things they're doing, where they were, literally where you guys are. If you're just kind of getting introduced to us on here for the first time, starting to follow us, we're sitting where you were, probably in a measurement of time a few months ago, perhaps even. You can measure it in months, sitting where you are now and doing these amazing, remarkable things with nonprofits, connecting with people, bringing in funding, building amazing programs, making an impact. You're going to start getting to meet with them, interact with them, and hear us interview them and share strategies with you guys starting next week. So please tune in next Friday. Mom, once again, thank you so much for coming on and sharing. It's just a pleasure to sit. I could just sit back, like this, and just let you go. It's just amazing the amount of information you had to share with everybody that's on today, and for taking the time. And for our mastermind students, thank you guys so much for joining us once again. And starting next Friday, I know you guys are excited because we talked about this at our mastermind. Starting next week, you guys, every Friday, we're bringing you on to discuss and showcase and put the spotlight on your nonprofit corporation, all the amazing things that you're doing, starting next Friday.
And Derek, I got to do a shout out again. I just saw an email from Warren. He's one of our mastermind students doing amazing things in Florida. And he just said, listening to you right now, so let's follow up. And Warren, I'm going to call you out. Everybody, you guys, part of this. Warren brought the opportunity yesterday about, what about getting businesses donated to us? Just like Christy brought the yacht. Now Warren, because of his nonprofit and what it's going to be doing, empowering folks with disabilities and leading businesses, not working in a shelter workshop or working at Burger King, And so Warren, thank you. Just one more thing to add to our happy hour that we're going to keep it out there.
Again, guys, right? Another quotable, there are no limits. And it's as I've watched as long as I can remember, is watching Mom here literally live life without limits. So it's the same quotable, same thing you guys will leave on that note is to live life without limits, because that's what she's done her whole life, and we're doing the same. And then our students are also following that model. So thank you guys so much. We'll sign out here from sunny Florida, and we're going to be darting back across country to get back to Albuquerque, get back to the office, get back to it, and we'll see you guys next Friday, same time, noon Pacific, 3 Eastern. Join us there. You're going to hear from our best students around the country and what they're doing, and we can't wait for it. We're so excited. Thank you guys again. We'll see you next time on Purpose Fridays. Bye, everyone.
Bye, guys.